stadium as Sevier can say, and papa. A idea up to the standard that you know, as we in Zenia show Europe, we share hotel facilities when we see rules, reways, new way to make sure say they are ready for this tournament. You know, my idea.
Yeah.
My idea. It's about time. This part of the world, you know, we'll start learning from best practices like this. That's the only way. Every time, and I think we are marking time for far too long. It's about time they be take a boost step. It me put things in order. If Qatar is able to do it, we should be able to do it.
If all Africa games in why wahala?
Management and leadership. Because the kind of resources I want to use judiciously, you know, the same thing no more. We've been mining gold, manganese, new way for hundreds of years. Nyame edi oil and so am I. Into no you using it judiciously. Leadership, no any problem. No? If we are able to put everything right, this is not. It should not be beyond any of African countries. Your resources, you will be the best practices.
So you see what they said, resources are not, they become.
Oh yes. Resources, then your ultimate. Who are resources now need leadership?
Discovered America. What's now why I know my Red Indians and what the Straders had. So they went there and they realized they were talking about.
It's you know, Kata Omaya, only that about field of play now, and they have found one thing. Because here we group now, they are in the group of Senegal and friends Netherlands. And looking at the Senegal-Netherlands match yesterday, you know, very competitive.
Yes.
Only that Senegal didn't have sharp attackers. But they were not able to do third half of the field now. I say, and very clinical now. They couldn't. And lead goes from Gakpo and Klassen, Esenki to 2-0. Until we pray, sir, their next match on the Bonale, they have Ecuador and Qatar to contend with. And they should be able to live up to expectation and deal with them decisively. Unless, ultimately, we need those two matches. And progression to the next stage, you know, is assured. And then they pray, sir, Netherlands will beat both sides and also the next two matches, and so that they will have their way. You say Africa, they do an African mathematics calculation. Instead of saying, "Can we take our destiny to our own hands?" You know, Now
they did well. I mean, they did well against Netherlands.
They did well. They do well. The match, number boy, you know, I never give them before the match. Now, I wrote them up. Say the Netherlands will be.
Despite the spine away, it's been the soul of the team, the spine.
Yeah, because starts now in 80 matches as well, almost 50 goals. And then just say,
Ghana found away defense or Dutch team.
Of course, and that's so no point a ball na keeper ye by and sana class and follow up. They are not Ghanaians by name Keke. They are not Ghanaians. Gapu or a Ghana and Koboma.
And I'm saying that you will find a cutter for Ghanaian people.
Yeah, Muntari Mohammed also. Muntari Mohammed.
And I'm patched Ghana flower. They say the OBA or Wakawa. Nipano may be fun pony a English way. Also, I didn't catch out my World Cup hand for
and said, yes, fancy. I'm so fancy the chance with the English side. English, you know, only has an other. But I think they should make their mind and then because if you look at the English team, this is here. But well, Edin Ketia is still young, he still has some time to prove himself. Oh, with us, I'm more good players, especially attacking side. You know, Kane, Foden, Rashford, Sterling, Saka. But you're young and he's having his chances with Arsenal. He should prove himself, and then we'll see what he'll do. Oh yes, he's still young and he has a long way to go. He's in the teens, you know. But with the Gabriel Jesus now, you know, I'm limiting the chances for this season. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So your preparation so far the World Cup, I saw a spectacular opening ceremony.
My opening ceremony, no. But having read about it, they've proven say they were ready for this. And they are beating America to the bid in 2010, no? Was not a fluke. Though you say a lot of women say scandals, how they won the bid, they have to pay bribes and the sign money, but so far they have not disappointed. Women in America now, US now, I'm bidding for 2022 World Cup, you know, BT and to know BFE say they wouldn't be able to live up to expectation. But with what we are seeing, you know, as oh my idea. And you know, Yankee for no.
I wonder now was it being ready 3009.
Yeah, because it's kind of their shame, you know. They have to recoup the money. And you know, yes, it's expensive for us. We've been so there or has a peanuts. They all have players here or more families or more. I bet down, they won't take them to $100, $200 a night hotel. One of them back. And then some of these celebrities, you know, cash will be mubutum. I'll meet me afford it. Some umpono, new board, they send 3,000. No, they need to recoup their money. They have to.
So $3,000 a 14.
Yeah, that's about
42,000.
42,000
a night.
A night.
Hey, go on Cabados.
Because Ubin's wage. Yeah, about $100,000, £100,000 a week. And the family never show maybe 10 days, 30,000. And yes, Kabia Mano. Yeah, dear, they need to. Oh my idea, I say Qatar has really done well, and it's a lesson for especially developing countries like Ghana and other ones. Let's say this year from them, and also say going forward, you know, we will judiciously manage our resources so that we can also get to that pedestal. Not only Ghana, I'm talking about the whole Africa.
But what's charity begins at home. Now the neighboring countries in Africa, there will pressure on us.
But charity begins at home. Of course, absolutely, but in American leadership, we should all make sure say you have the right leadership. One day, you know, you be do pempensu way.
When you know what your ministers now, that why your orientation courses.
Yeah. And I mean, it's don't let us go into those things.
What your negotiation skills, man. I think that's one of the things they have to do.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why. In this current dispensation, get to go that it or sign a year. Oh yeah. Why?
And American say
leadership.
Everything. Yeah.
Negotiation skills.
Yeah, you're good. Sometimes I just move.
I was listening to one last expose. I work a young brother. I worry shop for me. Okay, so 20% for me. One car for the country, another 20% for me.
Yeah. Yes, that remind 20% of $500 million. If there was a genuine deal, and microphone so assign one deal, no, at the expense of the state, no, he has $100 million. And that reminds me, we had a documentary in the FIFA scandal. I think it's on YouTube. It's about 59. It's about 59 minutes to 1 hour or so. There you see, say, Qatar. If what was shown in the documentary, you know, is the full facts, and I say in the crowd, the bidding of the World Cup, you know, in 2010, Qatar and US, the Qatarians, you know, led by I think bin Haman at the time. He was the Asia Federation. I think so he was a Qatarian. When they went around meeting the FIFA Council, in that document it's alleged at a point in time, the Emir of Qatar, Asia, then French President Nicolas Sarkozy invited Platini, who was UEFA president, and then I think the vice president of FIFA. We share Monty on in Emenisha. There's a national interest here. We know Zenka we're supporting America. But I say, you know, interest be what I say. They need to look at it. So
politics.
Yes. So in exchange of his vote, you know, Qatar for some top planes. If France, arms from France, and that's how come they bought PSG as well. PSG, you know, in exchange for one vote, you know. One vote. This was what Platini and Sarkozy negotiated for France.
I read that thing.
I'm told that the rep from Brazil also negotiated for a gas plant to be sited in his country. The Africans, you know, how much $1.5 billion addition Mobutu. Because not doing one interest, not the national interest. So that's the difference. Or you cast to Mobutu. When somebody was using his voice to bring in the entirety of the state, you know, ours, you know, we're interested in cash, direct Mobutu. That's the difference. Because we are a leadership. And the one practically led that meeting, he went to Blatter said, maybe a dinner, you know, national interest. I take it political twist. She was not going to vote for America, but going for Qatar. It's true. We need to start putting the states ahead of our personal interest. That is the way our country, you know, every queen in him.
Okay, it was for Chapman is here talking about soccer. I do politics now. What's about dread now? International man, or Shannon so do dread. Shaman election boko.
Pa, Shaman boko.
Sanction na shebia.
Oh, me shame you put in 5 minutes.
I much ado about nothing.
Sana me hono.
But a good that
of course, it gave him the opportunity to say, unless some of the things are ABR, a lot of people had against him, they had the opportunity to absolutely. Now where you are, yeah.
Anyway, let's step up. Let's check out something that's been happening. Planting for food and jobs. Some people are angry, others are excited when the Ministry of Agri decided to sell the product on their premises. It means that they are doing things with impunity. One premises, one market. Of course. Who is that? Who was suggesting? Kizito now suggested that Ministry now the bar. One farmer fra, one farmer market queens in the okay Yagaba. So 1 ton mine. That is what Kizito was suggesting. But the Binum said no, they are doing, we create market or they are bringing confusion and others. 2 things they say on a pilot basis, they will take it to all the regions. Actually, we are going back to those days when we had Ghana Food Distribution Corporation. I remember that time. One other thing too, people are saying that the planting for food and jobs, they say the plan was to plant cereals now, a grown and rice now. But this time I want the planting for food and jobs, but what's the thing mainly be brought in? Is it planting for plantain and jobs? Are we seeing a great thing? If you don't post that the way it is, it means that it has been a monumental failure. I don't think it's a failure because at least we find food around. But I'm going to see most of the Nyamanaso were turning. The market women went to buy it and then went to sell it times 5. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, planting for food and jobs. Okay, PeeKay. I think I wouldn't call it a failure. It has been a huge success regarding this particular project. Maybe these days and this particular year, and Nema Anku year does not make it say the whole project, was a failure. When the initiative started in, I think 2018, I think 2018, when fancy from 2018, or you steadily how I benefited on mine. Mekaipa said there was this NDC MP, former NDC MP for Ijra, in one of his interviews, commended highly the government about this initiative. How can I say through that he was able to buy a V8 or something like that? And I said, I start to be corrected. A V8, but he said something to that effect. But he commended highly this particular project. Or how a fertilizer at the time are so common to and very cheap, affordable for farmers at every part of this country. Inputs, no? I am at the yield and so on, a cultural. And then those days, you could see, say, now, a Dianebo and Shadanyedi or the market, especially our local ones, you know, they were in abundance. And it has been a very huge success. And to the downturn, I started to say, a military somehow against it. And so be etna baby, no brandy a whole project, and I say failure. We need to take it and break it.
Inputs, the minister had said that so far, 2.6 billion cedis
has been sunk into it. That is it. In time, I can say, and to the downturn I experiencing now, no, it was a monumental success. You who how in Yamano Ekuyi, farmers everywhere across the country were praising the minister and the government at the time. So they made the inputs very affordable. I call every part of the country for them. In terms of at the time, none of the but the downturn and oil prices are costly. Then you account the because Madame for back on a mammy at Tonadia or Ashaman Market. 3 weeks ago, I was with her. And I'll catch them and say, Omo, any man or motons is here, interaction of the beam. So, I find any man mostly from B, foodstuffs, but make of a mango, body, bet. I said before the Michiano 3 weeks ago, now transport cost, no catch them say Kia truck or Kia truck, no. I'm going to find them and I'm going to Kia truck 2,200 from maybe your farm, from the farm site or Edinburgh Shama. It costs 2,200 to transport it at the time. But petrol born in Emma cost, or fast, sometimes 4,500 to 5,000. The same distance, the same route. And definitely, that's about 100% increment in price for truck price in Kwano. Foodstuffs and so on. Definitely, when she comes, she transfer that cost to the consumer. So you could see clearly, say, until the downturn, oil boy cost now foodstuffs, the boy didn't see. Yeah, it was very affordable. And I got top bunch, a family of 5, we talk bunch 5 CD, 7 CD, anybody 3 CD, a sum. But now the same family of 5, maybe I saw top bunch about 12 CD, body a 20 CD. Until you could see, say, this year, and as a second half of this year, and then man started to say, "Sebi, quote unquote, ejigu," because of the prices now across oil prices across the world are affected. Yeah, or I see, and depreciation of the CD, the main fan count. Well, it become because inputs and so because we can find the inputs, but apart from the ministry, individuals with the bar. Organizations, the inputs bar, they transfer all that cost to the consumer. In terms of have a cost row. The planting for food and jobs was not a failure. It was a huge success until some of these things, these economic factors here, started to say affected the whole system, affected that sector and so. It will be to be say it was a failure there, because 2018, 2019, 2020, we all saw how a booming.
The minister said he yielded about 50 million worth of food for us.
Good. He has the statistics. Yes. Or the air kind idea. We need
but to. People are saying that the amount of money that was sunk into the business, into that policy expected more. He's also saying we even export some food.
Yes. Apart from that, only another thing. higher storage.
What was the one warehouse?
Maybe. Say 1D, one district, one warehouse. It was a good initiative.
Wow.
But they couldn't, there's no resource. I went to see across every district.
But at least.
But they have, who say almost CB. Into the storage aspect in the high because it means you be an ebrosson. They have to store them.
Silos. You know, we made all those silos go waste.
Of course, Ghana, Kufone can say we know the cost of everything, but the value of nothing. And then we say I do because anybody they kind of that's the kind of people we are and start and then a chance here right from Nkrumah this we anyway but in the long run a bomb I know. Oh, internal. The storage we now a new one because body me ba recently I saw a video on social media body you get it
now why before you the brother plantain chips for one total
you get it
anyway
so storage you know so high tomatoes it be ba na ebusu ukwa chama market na pro na egu cabbage no way na eduane especially perishable ones na no within some few days you know but I think say we should find a way you with me say body na
I was watching a documentary on Indonesia how they store their I was amazed what do you go my there to that my ice cream that's how they store it and what and when they are planting it what they are marketing it be so a storm doesn't affect them. Good. What I'm marketing, there's no way a storm back there will be no way. They have some small.
Good. Like so we need to start going for the best practices, and then find plausible ways to best store your journey as for the future. So, but then if you say, you bet me, I understand you need for in abundance. There's also then say. You store no in a way and say that is it. You know, mentality. Yeah, man. Eduane no eba na be say bebre na say yentimi to na say o market wo at the end of the day you know sellers no boka farmers no so o yentimi anton am sellers no
I have seen people around banana one finger it's one cedi I kind of want to oh why now I say
afarawa Saturday me to be 4 for 5 cedi
what day
4 for 5 cedi.
Yes. Now, if you don't buy it, or one award, or I know I say, now I two go now like so do
that is it.
And the thing that gets spoiled to him, your pineapple.
The same thing. The best say
bananas, orange.
You know, it's the fruit juice.
I've heard people. What's oranges? What to do? A farm no or one no bufu ape. Look, people. Echo baby today Asebu and others, you find oranges in the farms. What to in heaps. I'm price no share price no here also Jemungo no say manager. These are some of the things that go on. Now I'm asking, so the thing that the much touted warehouse whatever we're doing and then the 1D 1F, I was thinking that the 1D 1F was supposed to target those things that will go waste. Pineapple there and a banana day that team so that we know that we're having a good time. But the good more say why?
And you know you're right because say yet me looking at that option no. And then I make kind of storage, you know. Idea high. But the 1D 1F now okay, you know. Here pass you need a call. It's a very good initiative by the government. I pray say subsequent governor Mbano Obiadi ni nebe call need me perfected that sector no and make sure that I yield the results for the ultimate benefit of this country because today okay a lot of our produce you know eco waste so we should start looking at that and how I be year na year the value account you bet me ediwa see edi be so akwama na it say na minister na say we exported some of them you know that's the only way other than that every year we'll come back here and discuss some of these wastages. How question?
Now, maybe I want to have the 7.
Good. What can I ask about the ministry? Me, I think the last week I said it here. Say me, I say a pilot. No, yeah. But me, na me, say we'll turn the ministry there to a market. I said it here last week. Say be before from Puna, nka ebe kokope. Na the food staff na call. Na the ministry wa. The ministry no is in charge. Say okay, you pay baby. outside of the ministry, go there and buy. But the ministry, no, we don't have to encourage that. That's my personal opinion. Say, I bet the ministry there to a mini market, so be about. You can go elsewhere and put those things there for people to come in there and buy their thing. But then how sustainable is it? So we know how to bring it from the hinterlands and the problem to not say or the bar. But me no, the ministry it shouldn't be a market. A man you pay me before na on ton but it should not be say ministry no say no. We be say no system so that across the country some of these things will be affordable for everybody. If the system works perfectly, that is it. Then we do it. Maybe almost farms and as we be on another market will be. No. Wow, we call traditional market now say soon I'll be to me about now be the same thing.
Food distribution and then what on done here.
What's it?
Food distribution and then what on done here.
Minim this one almost filled mon him na say. Into no Mr. Minister, make sure say we market in the fuel.
Okay.
We fuel from ministry what there. And just Echina obi so ka say
one other thing more to turn here me say afun na work to na was sometimes right. I adwon banana there.
Oh, no say me can say when's the last time you use the word we say this generation, we are very wicked.
Wicked generation.
That is it. Ade what turn 1 CD, so ko turn 10 CD. No nya profit be 9 CD was so. And then on join nua on no de ne beba ne botum pe no join. Yes, we are in business to make profit, but not at the expense of your fellow citizens. I said that when they won't say ubu ne pa uku ne pa no, but ubu ne guso. Oh yeah. Alex, uton 1 CD. Now we have say transportation maybe I could 2 CD. And then also turn a 3 CD down here. 1 CD be as profit or something. And you're bad. You get it. But on your overturn 7 CD, 8 CD. Abnormal profit. And as I move my economic friends, supernormal profit.
Supernormal.
And I say, now Yankasa as citizens and so on. Yet to me, I hear the right thing to help.
Now, me and the paper, minimum day, okay, program, one baby, minimum dog, Kokata, Amba. Akokata. 1 2 million system. Mama's cash out by town. What's the way working? What's it? Mama, bad. As a scam paid into Ama or chapel or can pay for fans to one coffee in was it already? Scam paid into wedding. I pay for fans also, okay, or I pay for fans to be also worker 2,000 and then I'm confident. Who do 1 city and 5 cities will be as well? Money no dead system is I did be true. I pay for fans. I'm sorry. Maybe or no quite sorry. No. But no, where Presby would do 148. And I'm inviting. So no cost in there. Say go to me more 100,000. You know, passing there. Why you get what you pay for fans or chop in general or spy as the child board them coffee. I relax. Or do some quite funny and I ask. Into no my. No, get your. One tell you I know blue. I guess all cancer child. You know, 500,000. You say, yeah, one Papa, if you cut and if you go more kata. Go more was it Grobia or apart from Tema? Because I'm in Kumama one. I don't know how to treat this. I'm yet to find out how to treat this as well. No, Grobia or Jamaica, Pakistan, Goma, Scandinavia, Goma, Sweden, Goma, apart from Tema. Charlie, Bibi Abokwa. Oh, I'm not doing World Cup now impressed that. So far, I was worshiped. First and foremost, Mamincha. Me brought to me change. I was Mamincha. The elephant killer, honorable MP for Tamais constituency. Hey, your friend is an elephant killer. Honorable is a Kashayo Dampe. What floor titles? First time I did sitting, so got me and travel shed that this time. So we can promise that we pull out for 15,000 because that's the true reflection of the
result or over. My main chair, my boss, Bojaji fee. That's NDC. Delegates near the 18th December. No man is a mistake. The youth front, we need a courageous leader who can, pull and push the youth along and say, next year, 18th of December, and on Kai, Bojaji fee for the National Youth Organizer position, Youth Organizer position. PeeKay, and then some near Brubu Bia do not. And the topic now, I'm going to put in a great ministry. The banner was say, the ministry a restaurant.
But go, I was I
became more a day.
When you're restaurant, 1 ton, it's one of I
see, oh,
Eka market matters.
Maybe I was like, I was trying to make some excuse be. I'm a ministry. Me haven't put a minister, but minister and the if I sing it out, pen on nature, the BBA say quarter. You have nothing to talk about him. But let's talk about the ministry. Okay, me be some on Miss. First and foremost, now, the Greek ministry, now, is that their mandate? Is that their mandate? Is that their mandate? That was the question I made some on them before and Sana Eba streets. Our questions are also there. If this ministry, you know, because actually ministry one mandate now. On your mandatory there, I won't go pay the bamboo ministry. And I don't know what them are. They mean faka, feed them core ministry. So faka, feed ministry. And some brat them. As they say in you, every them are quite now, but on your better, PeeKay, on your better. And I heard my brother saying something like, "A better ministry, no some cotton about then." PeeKay. I said, "I Ghana, and I have some other food, and I have some better than cost of living in Ghana is very, very high. Very, very high. When we feed the minister, no, in Chamfa, Bredina, Banchina, then you're into. And them never pay no cost. And I Pampers. Oh, Pampers, that's
all import. What do you expect?
In Chamfa.
And the minister, I guess minister, or no, shall diapers that.
That's a very boring. For our concept of bringing this food to the ministry, turning it to casual market, no. Our honor, no. Our cry no bedina banchina no. It doesn't cry no pump because pampers then.
Oh, we just add our fresher. Debbie. Minister no, I Greek minister.
October.
Let's see your baby and me. Yeah, kids man, some of the diapers have other way in sana.
October.
No, padia the watch board.
Asema ye kanya no minister na pedonya there. What here how like operate only easy.
No wait. Let's get the premises of what he did. Also planting for food and jobs in Banaba. And now for ton what's it Baninho? And now for ton it's Banaba and also or a market queens now then or the it's man one man buy it. Okay. Warokodo we been a chap America the worker for Yama no buy it will be what no double. And also, between Dibiaba into all, but okay, this is the ministry, this is what we've been able to do. We are bringing it to your doorstep. Obisu Tsana, Kiminiki to Tana was there. Near my ministry in Waba was Bama, market women there, it is Banaba J. Not one. So they want to tell you that my mandate here to make sure that the food is produced. I've produced the food. It's the value chain, logistics, getting it to the market, only a transport ministry.
It's not. PeeKay, it's not me shots me bisa a Greek ministry and a Greek minister or any mandate nina. Is that their mandate? Or one room no or show or room there a Greek ministry one room and there one call for farms one call for bread foodstuffs ministry or they are better. Is that their mandate? That was the first question.
When that come on.
Ebi ande kade Obi abeto ho no akoto na abode.
But it wait, maybe something. Would you have wished there? Nka brother na adina we produce when your market one on rota?
No.
Okay, what about market to as daddy?
PeeKay. But some I can say onya about there. Eje guo ma wa rotten. Say adina car edika ka fa nyama na de be ba ade. One, car na de ko there ka fa nyama na eba ade. One, if one and diesel. Them diesel na them nyama na them asem ko yen kan wi o. Because yet ya na wo che yinsu, wo che light. Ye ko wi echi no, wo say the whole world I am paying COVID levy. Or Ghana pay. No country to COVID levy.
Check ninya ye.
Ghana pay the COVID levy. It seems that ended up on a meter, it seems about 4. 114. On your 114 the each organ. Inter say, yeah, go find your mama. One chair be the transport fee, one chair be transport the office no mipa or forward. Never reach no we're catching the O. Full on a far, a divine fee, not by a far fee, the Chiman Beno. This is the cost. Now, them cost no what they man, I the poor citizens no. But the watch, may be that. Oh, may be that. Yeah, one day, what's what? Me kings were chair about Greater Accra and Greater Kumasi Pool. Just 2 weeks to say, oh, man, what night there, the whole Ghana. Oh, my in Sufi, oh, my light free, Yajatum. Greater Kumasi, Greater Accra. Say no, the whole Ghana be at your COVID levy, COVID tax, and back to this agri ministry issue I'm making. Okay. And the Esidana and Kizito na Komedo Kade or the market woman.
That's not doing it.
Yes, on the news, you know. And that's how I think then a ministry, you know, or don't call things like you. Fine, as I cut down the situation, definitely they will do their whatever and know that, oh, this is the problem, that's the problem. But if you find out the problem, solution, they on board, no? Is it for a selfish solution or a solution and the solution are truly they bois the citizenry or the large number of people in the country? Another area for your own good. Because mind you, the whole Ghana on Yakra. The whole Ghana on Yakra. Into for you to station everything.
So a pilot. Oh, what was of what maybe I was also a pilot to Accra. He will send it to other regions. So
you happen piloting on so you at the other regions
to pilot in a way.
Into other regions and they call the regional offices. Oh, them regions now there to the marketplaces. So even piloting it in your ministry was wrong in the first place, because at the end of the day.
So you think we should have piloted at Abogloshi and Namakola?
And I make the thing is to get to the real people, the real people in the game. No,
I want to pilot one.
Or in America, the thing is to get to the real dealers. So the real dealers are in the various markets. The real dealers, no, the various markets. So the thing is to get to the real dealers. So I need them now for the Markofa, Brede, Banche, Emo, na down me tell one was it City or TV3? We share the difference. Our name now, our card or toy now, and any food staffs no toy now. I just imagine then, Tama Metina Adina, and they be of Fiafina, and they be Duenya, or move all the way from Duenya to the ministry just because Brazina on auto or honor, or once 2 city, Boba ministry, Obenya no 1 city 50 pesos to move all the way from Duenya to ministry. PeeKay. And this idea minister, if you could remember your home, now road minister. Honorable Isiama. Ono the next person. Two we judge. What to shim? Shimo. Oh, two we judge you.
Chapter. Isiama no kaya na de Amakwata.
Amakwata. Sorry, Amakwata. Wait, told him straight. Shim. Your country man, no two. Wait him. So I'm not surprised that another honorable Akutu should be unity there. or pilot now.
That's why no more.
Oh, Dabi. Because for still, many people come to our market. There are people at the market still buying from the market.
Into one farm market. Beautiful. So there's nothing wrong. No, there's nothing wrong with bringing the foodstuffs from Baby Obese. No. But what about one phone call baby?
There's nothing wrong.
Okay.
And two, I know that banner. I mean, this government, when you be quiet. When you be quiet, this government.
Now, why it's man? Yes, today it's man number. On the other side, Kata.
Me say, no more akutu away.
Into change a monster.
And I'm never change down for a pilot in no market. Nyame, I say I didn't make sure no about today. I did a or then talk pilot or a pilot in no market. Only
why the man can you some?
Oh, only miss only because at the end of the day,
what if he did that? Remember, what if he did that to generate interest, like the way we are talking about it, or the bar market and Kayan can want some? What if he did that to generate interest?
Oh, but the bar market stay back and want some.
And come back and can they?
Good, yeah, can but obey another suggestions I feel or they can want. Almost situation why better for all of us because you don't be in Tina Master and upon veteran make us a big they'll be into. But this government, we are far to young. After that, ni appointees be to me more pay. Obia,
don't be to me.
Oh, Miss Obia.
When the president gives you a mandate, one more KPI. I mean, those things I get it wrong. President, I'm more KPI. I mean, must you at the end of the day, this is what I want to see. And Papa, the president doesn't see the need for him to change you. I will minister on a point now. Ancient on your day. President Nalabia will be an Markinski, maybe an pass mark 40. In chapter 39, 40 also quick. Obi so the pass mark 80. Into what system now? You know, that's what we have to know.
No, sure. In there, still, this kind of importation of tomatoes and stuff from Burkina still it's ongoing.
Now what's over there?
And it's still ongoing.
That must be there.
And the same, and the minister now. Aware, Miss American government nankasa no whole nankasa no. 1 year ready do our country. So
Akoko search Kroma and yen.
Oh, David,
Mama not
this is the same minister. Once upon a time, Ojina Ghana for any no catch straight. The only way share. Come on. Kamala fertilizer Gunechi. This same minister. So that should tell us there. So when to man stop become on now. When to man GF fertilizer now if you come on nature and bar. Then what tells us there? This importation of tomatoes, you know, why ready do be sure?
Nah, wait. The tomato now. Let's handle it well. Do we have the capacity to produce the tomatoes now? Yes, import. Now I'm a question here.
Oh, this government, I'm a yati there. Say no. We have everything in abundance now. This government.
Okay.
Oh. Well, they bought about food stuff, about products. But now she money here
tomatoes.
Now I can't come out why you factory here. I just want you to know how.
Now, Akuma tomatoes. It's not about line. Akuma tomatoes. Where is Apreku? Akuma tomatoes. All started out by Nyandebo. They've done what maybe are there. Do we have the capacity?
And I made sure to produce. A park walless nedo. I mean, them less. Now I make what do I man tell me.
Why yeah? But do we on the maker there? Why yeah? So Kwame Nkrumah at that time, oh yeah, Kwabi factory was away. No importing and try importing and
sure.
Your matches factory why you good? You import it. It doesn't mean the matches factory I don't go from being bad. Make so matches and day. Kede auto sumum pa so no table. The box no table. Your paper not to suma no was so ne no was so. And so na often 3 canoes no so na. We've come a long way.
Sure.
The factories you can set it up. My question is, since your government put issue directive there are certain people on more on forest for that to import. But now maybe someone there. Do we have the capacity to be self-sufficient? Do you have the About to make bro. A brona yeduan. Is it for human consumption for nkoko so kan mpanche kanwa ngwan kanwa. Do the yedua ebia yedua 1,000 hectares. This time yedua 5,000. Is the 5,000 enough? Yeah, share my import them yeduan them capacity. That's what I'm talking about.
Good. PeeKay, as some here can we do we have that capacity? We as a nation, you know, it's long overdue. This kind of you about 5,000 whatever for means. Are we questioning ourselves? What do we need ourselves? Like are we lacking the 5,000 now here ban to system name? Is it going to help? What's the shortage? Of
course.
And that's why this government already naming already planting for food and jobs no. Changing the word branding or renaming
from what to what?
Oh, PeeKay. I say me so and sound call archives.
From what to that's a rebranding.
This loan given to us by this Canadian or Holland. Faster or the sign.
You see, who can wait? Who Canadian loan? So
now you are coming back to my
no.
Now you are coming back to my grounds.
What
now you are coming to our discussion, right?
What remember? What was loan that granting in your noise?
I can't mention it off air. I can't mention it off air.
Oh,
now you are coming back to my foot because say admit today we have invested there. That means one, we shortage of womb and what we need.
The government said they've invested 2.5 million cedis into it. We've gotten food to the tune of 50 million. That is what he said. Statistics from the Minister of Agric. As my making, I say quote one for me to get a clear picture. You're able to invest. Also, invest in 2.5 in our when 50 million.
50 million, right? And we have food worth 50 million in this country. Sitting where?
Food where? Yeah. Oh,
PeeKay.
Yes, Papa.
If we trust one,
Oh no, I deal with figures. I deal with data.
Oh,
it is for somebody to come and tell me otherwise. I'm Mazayan.
PeeKay. So just imagine.
So to you,
50 million.
To you think the planting for food and jobs has failed?
Oh, one thing that we have planting for food and jobs. Just about barely 3-4 months ago, school children were crying. Buffer stock were talking about debt. I was doing about 350 million. You see, so I asked myself that, then what's the essence? I'm a depana this planting for food over here because one importation was still our rise and you don't have food. As we have food of worth 50 million, but still, nature there.
Who said the name yet? Yeah, it's a man to waba. To be honest, and this is one thing that I want us all to bear in mind. And yet, then I'm in room where you're planting for food and jobs at ABA Banwa. And because of the escalating nature, the depreciation of the city, and Cabana 1 year cry. By your phone intention. Let's come back to Ghana, the minimum porter or a 2 Tema, not Takrade. But in the eyes of the government, there are 3 points. Keta, come on. Minimum that signboard no so. But I know it is an internal memo that they will pay about only God knows. And you feel like I can see your keta if no one so bonus and one paying for 2 now you also baby. And people are crying. People are even saying that in fact one offended the diet of keta potunupa or the salary nyanse bien. Some of us have had cause to speak against it. But since you are the other no bonus sometimes by since you are the other workers, why chair one and people are I don't know. When you buy internal memory, you may be an answer, but anyway, I mean I abandon this kind of your uncle. Chapman, have we seen a different thing or people are just being mischievous about this?
Okay.
Papa.
That's you. And I'm surprised about the colleague. Because if you are doing some fire party, you are specific about on planting for food and jobs. But far from elsewhere, from Pampers in Nemanina, the Beshimu. But I understand him, sir. Sana, humanity. Sometimes go and say, own to me, own ya so much sense or the boy chin, That's all the coffee baby. But every day be a mechanic. Don't say before NDC left office, Agric was growing the negatives. Because only.
That's what they said.
Yeah, that's what they said. That was what we have at the statistics on my jai. Now Greek, it was in the negatives. And you people should be thankful to God. Say there was a policy like this. They said PeeKay, and yet the planting for food and jobs are sustaining farmers. Policies. Idea. The particular moment here, I go across the world, but you won't admit because, as usual, I say Bibiano, they make political capital out of it. See, I forgive him, but you should know, say they left us in negatives. And sana, abe pija di bedu bibia idui. Okay, okay about Keta, PeeKay, Kabet me aboa. How many people ena Keta no eat your moka? We said nipa baako, nipa mienu, nipa miensa. Then we are able to decisively deal with the issues. But a John is workers at Keta Port are being paid. Now, a bare speculative. Nipa 1,000, nipa 20, nipa 50,
Wait, I don't
nipa C.
For the number of people there. But good. I have, if I should read that thing well. Workers of the year to be constructed Keta Port are to receive 3.5 months basic salary as bonuses for the year.
3.5.
This to be paid to both permanent and contract staff who have worked for 1 year and above. They worked for 1 year and above.
Permanent and contract staff.
Additionally, retired staff who work for 6 months or more are also entitled to this. Retired staff who work for 6 months or more during the year will be entitled to full bonus of 3.5 months basic salary. Retired staff who work for less than 6 months will be entitled to 1.75 months basic salary as bonus. Full stop.
That's where that is. Who could he from me? Where did you read that one from?
Extract.
Okay, and the same, I've seen something here, so Ghana Post and Agos Authority headquarters, memorandum. Reference is made to our memo number DG so dated 17th the above subject. Please note that the memo referenced above is hereby withdrawn with immediate effect by the Director General until further notice. Consequently, the content of the said memo is declared invalid. Please be guided accordingly. Okay. So
it means
that there was a first memo
that has been withdrawn,
and then it has been withdrawn by this latest one. I just say everything that was on that one is invalid. That was on the other one. So because you're going by what we have now, it means that the content in the first memo is null and void. It's been fine, Juman. And a further notice. And I say we should be. We have been told say the content is declared invalid. So what I say? So it means that it could be a mistake.
Hey,
no.
That was signed there.
What's signing? Internet there's another one. That we memo won't be a mistake and call it back. So it could be a mistake. It's not my day. Because they have not come out to speak to that effect. They have only issued this memo.
It was
to withdraw the one.
Corporate human resource manager of Gapua. Kwabne Dusafo also was the one that signed it.
The same Kwabne Dusafo. The same Kwabne Dusafo. And I was signing. So it could be say first one, a mistake. So now with the first memo, we are not going to even work with it because it's invalid. It's invalid. So with this, what we are going to work with. What did I say? Then maybe I say, how many people in the first place? The cater win because this morning as I was coming, you know, I don't know how many where that project, you know, it do. You get it? I mean, maybe be a star project, you know.
They say they are entitled to.
They have worked for about a year.
Contract to work out what they. Maybe a watchman connection container and a signboard and a watchman buy a year. You know they are watchmen to take care of this.
Maybe a work now, work no. It's not actual worker. A work third work. Maybe a more secretariat. I don't know. Until now, more as journalists, we should delve into this and get us the facts.
The point is that yes. People are livid, and let's be.
I understand.
People are livid. For instance, the director who was appointed.
Yes.
People are like, the airport doesn't exist, but our director, oh yeah, but it. And the Isiama had to come out and explain that he wanted the operation to be enhanced.
Good. In terms of say, we should go beyond the normal way rhetorics and dive deep, because ABI no more secretariat. They have to plan everything from that place, and then make it say actualize the project in Ankasa. And if there's a secretariat for that, there no be ejuma. Say almost year towards the establishment of it, because when you sorry keke say okoye we, you know, the blocks you have to plan it, how to even get money, the sources of your scan fee, all those things, you know. Architectural drawing, everything, consultancy, maybe to fruition, you know. I say anyway, if there's a secretariat to that effect, almost them and almost office or almost working towards this, then they deserve to be paid. Because go with the ultimate phobia and you're a consultant, and I say, Uncle Ijuma win in amount. I because I want to because our family is all here. All this one, you know, I don't have the full facts. In terms of say, I'm throwing it back to you people to delve into this and get us those informations and send it me interrogating issues, you know, very well. And yes, I never tena keke say because we call ketawa a dime be in siwo and a structure be a new one, you know, they are not working now. We are not being fair. If there's nothing going on, because maybe I have been trying, you know, we call 3 different sites trying to know what is happening. You know, we say there's a lot of work going behind the scenes. At a point in time, you know, the minister will say scanner here for the first phase, you know, $600 million. My own meeting. A whole lot of people trying to mobilize those funds anyway, you know. And definitely, you know, let's say Juma because we baby. And it's on to them, the Ministry of Transport, headed by Isiama, GPHE. They should come out. What's it? One credit said very recently, a president called Ashanti or call Saito. Anything I believe there's work ongoing. And you know, I believe that there's some way here, you know, apart from Keta, then Buankra, and then Mpakadan. These are the inland ports in Mpakadan. The minister has what is on the table in Mpakadan there, no? And I just say, who should go and do those work for us? Maybe next Tuesday, and give us some. We say, I've been able to go there, talk to ABC, and these are the facts of the matter. So get us the details. And you know, I said to say a lot of work is ongoing, and they have to raise $600 million. They have to raise $600 million to start the first phase. And you know, behind the scenes, you know, there's some kind of work ongoing. And if those people are going around, how to actualize the project and we are putting their minds, their energy, everything into it. They deserve to be paid.
And I want to be the PRO for the catapult.
They deserve to be paid. But if nothing is ongoing, no be just cardia, then an idiot. I say shame and bring them to book. That's the only way.
Papa.
What do I say? Until then, you know, don't let us sit here and just rubbish it. Say, because I don't think say GPHE and then the ministry, they don't know what they are doing.
Oh, they know.
They know.
But
so let's give them the benefit of the doubt.
Between you and I,
Say yeah there yenim. Say obika say porter. Ono your fees or your duketa wa. So on say structure this year. But you just can't go there so the structure could see you. Sometimes some of these projects, you plan it years in the room, 1, 2, 3 years. And make sure say you have the right funding, everything. And sign our share projects. So we should not just lose sight of it, say, because structure be a new one, let's just say nothing is ongoing. Maybe, just like I've said, in the room, Juma. Okay. The results, baby. Obi oye ejuma no o use ni nyansa na one day e dey boa say e be ye we the project will come into fruition in the it deserves to be paid until PeeKay by next week try and get us more details na you how echo yeah
I will remember office my budget papa be me come and transfer our keta come na e bonus
PeeKay that's it. Kita, they have been there myself. I can send pictures and put an show on my phone. I've been there myself to see things for myself because I may have Sufi voted, so I have interest to open Tumbo. And PeeKay, Kita port here, it seems that President Akufo-Addo na one of the promises no or maybe and PeeKay any promises maybe okay no promise 2016 2017 about power 2017 2019 no appointed CEO 2 years time okay so to appoint the CEO no take it 2 years. No, they are appointed CEO. Maybe I promise you meant I check. Me brat now okay say I see. Wa appointed CEO. No work so he can take care of and I see two. I mean step 1 to step 2. So they will be project. Very important that can very important promise part there. What can we read today? How did they call this thing? Free SHS. Rapidly, it mean there. Hey, President, why do? Make sure everything. Hey, say you put on crown the way book crown free SHS member or your key. But if I take a look at President now when it comes to this Kita port now, let me see, I'm somehow disappointed. But everybody say so I see it to be normal sometimes because President Nangasano on Sheda and you'll be our council Sheda details, so we understand. And this issue of CEO or appointing. Some people capture it non-existent port, and it's true. The CEO have been there since 2019 till now, and all that we can see a containers. We can't import containers. We only 10. So I'm to believe that CEO no appointing, and since 2019 till now, no containers 6 or 4 no CEO no, and so far, and see waiting one na we pija we see you. Maybe Chapman can be there. Maybe boardroom works be Kodo and staffs. Or Juma. You see, this is the same. Maybe maybe what's it? 2021 or 2021. Oh no, my head said the project no. Ne investors, and also worry about it. They are taking feasibility and whatever or any now. It will be done that 2021 no. But along the line, Miss Ankono. Even 2022, they are still saying the same thing. So, the time beside me on the is it truly there? These people, they are willing and ready because phase 1 is going to cost us about $660 million or $650 million. That's for the phase 1. And since because I reached the alcohol, for good 3 years. Sometimes I know my fast so now. My child the baby days here on your surprise because why a cathedral. You understand? I know my baby. I don't want to stress. I don't want you to stress your mind that you are expecting something miraculously going to happen. No, I'm paying me if you or me push you into one side. Man, trust so much because this is the same government. Yankupon Kra was watching Kwakwa. Nine. Yankupon Kra watching Kwakwa. Nine.
No blasphemy, no.
Oh, Yankupon Kra watching Kwakwa. Over millions of CDs, so dollars, or the share cathedral pool. Up to now, foundation Kra only a foundation.
Cathedral foundation.
Oh.
I am a farmer foundation.
As to the amount of our cathedral,
why now? We amount to the
I would say,
what do you
architect, no? It's architect in the all the my friend Tunche. Still back to
the best architect in the world.
Don't worry. Onimo anymore. I'm putting friend Tunche. Kita. Me do one. I asked myself there. Workers now also come on 3.5, right? 3.5 months that the bonus now.
What's age more for a year?
Why you juma for a year? So are they trying to tell us the one go for catapult why you juma for a year?
Na PeeKay dey be our secretariat nanta. Since our secretariat to hand our coordinator about now.
You
don't you that?
That don't there. So what can there? Ebia GPH you know. Ebia che temadu wo.
Tisi atema.
Temadu wo. Takwadi wo.
Titi I got them office. That's our office be why dedicated to kettle operations. How would
someone be canyon. Mrs. What can they tema and takrade hot side no or office be or honor workers no wow. Fine, I accept to that. But in the same place na CEO need to know. Oh, because see you serious oh you serious
see you nothing.
Oh see you no oketa on the office oketa. Now oh I am call down. Because me video na pictures in Chewa. Oh, one day, share. On your day, BCU. I went there myself. I was there myself. Oh, I was there myself to stay.
Who Valley?
Missy, me tina wa was keta. I'm so okay. Because it will be. Because just imagine, pot will keta. No, the man obey the same government. Them obey on way. When airport come me.
But that wing
this I said this is the same government too. I'm say if we are
the secretary the one appointed director. What the signboard is so any baby.
Message share in I'm telling you the main year way. What can 2024? No go for machines. She dey be go.
There was get for him.
How do share? I see my making because how that Mr. TV baby maybe they point me share or share born 2016, 2017 about power, 2019 2 years no appointed CEO. From 2019 to 2022, how many years? Not I want maybe that many soft because of. Remember, chairman, one my matters they will be kodo boardroom BB.
Okay, we'll delve into it. One man up to next year. So up to next week. So what we are going to do it, we are going to leave it. We'll find out. Adina one, Adina Ampo wasn't there. Offended. Now Adina Ampo one wasn't there. It is not. In fact, the memo now is null and void. Right now is null and void. So this is what we'll do.
What's the memo?
Well, so there's a new one about what? There's a new one. So memo on this discussion is moot in the first place.
So as the catapult itself.
All right, Ebusafo, I don't want to share Anidaso television, and this is what I have to do for you. I don't want to share Anidaso television. They are here, right here. You go do nkaka kaya papa me ko hinenyim. Na mo tinye there. There's this dual citizenship thing that is worrying a whole lot of us. PeeKay that the Musa Kande, for instance, he had to be jailed. This election, we are in 2 yes. Ni one yina NDC for Eja Question. Na my sister, Doctors and Warfare. No so nyasam. Oh, no one madu what they call court team. One madu what they call second court. What's Doctors? A photofe. What's one renounce in the citizenship? Well, okita American citizenship, okita Ivorian citizenship, okita Ghanaian citizenship. 3. Now age more United Nations. What do you call court? Oh, what do you call it? 2 years with that some landed and put a finality to it. But I was surprised at something. The number of MPs who went to the courts. Okujateko Ablakwa was there. Agaga was there. Nanaya was there. Ada MP Comfort Bedo was there. Emmanuel Amakufu. Did they hand an inkling that they were going to win a triple court in order? Question here, Namponu Habasemi, as Senwa MP Nasukobi. Doctors was no song. Mr. Court, on your emotions or your intelligent argument. Martin, you there, as some poor so we true now we. Doctors designed at that time I worked on producing a document. When 2 months it was 1 award against damages against them. Wow. But still we win the case in Ankasemomdo. I get out. Taman. This case of dual citizenship, is it about time I will watch this dual citizenship thing? Well, what's the young Kofuna Wabu? When they send us money, Yaji Papa on the edge. Now, what about baby? Yes, you could do a citizenship in mind. Is it time that we look at it very well?
Okay, PeeKay.
Papa.
That's it. Now, dual citizenship. I think say the constitution say open say ukra position bi Ghana as it is MP, minister. And then in the president, Bimo, Supreme Court judge, Sanyamano, all those, Bimo, and so Ukra country be a citizenship, and now you are being so we hold the allegiance to any other country apart from Ghana. A whole lot, I see. Adamu Sakandi, see, the jail, you know. Or the core at that time, no MP for Boku Central. Anna Boku Central, eh?
Yeah.
Boku Central. Or the core by or the be from prison, Anna, or the be film, Anna, or the be woo, yeah. Since I think say in this 4th Republican dispensation, no, the first person as Samra, no, Eddie Way, no. Me, the same I say, is it time say,
yeah.
We will do something about that, and I believe sincerely it's about time. I say it be found. I say it be found, because we have so many fine brains. More manonia. They will say they will come and contribute meaningfully to our democracy and our development. But because of some of these things, they don't want to even make a step. Because maybe or a citizen of UK, citizen of US, Canada, I'll be contributing meaningfully. But as well renouncing the citizenship and sign with me in that position. Some are not willing to do it. In this example, they are near expertise in Nano and car or the bellboy, Nimaya, the autism, you know, the young come. So, yes, after almost 30-something years, I have practiced democracy, and some of them we need to move away from them. And the media, I believe sincerely, we need to start looking at that and then change aspect of our constitution the last 2 weeks, you know, for them to suit modern trends. And one of the aspects I say actually dual citizenship, I deal with I say because media, I don't see why somebody should go and spend time in jail because of paperwork. I don't see why somebody should go and spend time in jail 5 years, 3 years, and not got 2 years to say, while renouncing the citizenship, and the average position where maybe it's cruel. In my estimation, it's very cruel. We need to look at that. That will allow for some fine brains or more abrich near Manoneno to come back here and contribute and help our democracy. Now, let's come back to the substantive issue. And you see your call to her. PeeKay, very interesting. And on social media, I'm hearing NDC for the way I'm a budget lawyer, Edugie. Why are dear praising year and day? That's good. Why are dear? Say, what me acquire give law and your emotions, just like you rightly said, no. I'm the client, no, and with there has been a trend in Ghana from January 2021, after the 2020 elections. The NDC, right from John Mahama to the last person, has consistently criticized and insulted our judicial officers, especially judges. Right from the High Court to the Appeal Court to the Supreme Court. Sami Jemfina with Diomatem Bumu. John Mahama himself, who profited from 2013 election petition, the biggest beneficiary of that verdict, he was on record to have bastardized our judiciary. This is our least opportunity because 2021 didn't go in his favor. More bastardized the judiciary. Every day, on any opportunity, more bastardized. Left, right, center. More lawyers. To the extent that Sami Jemfina, the very recent friend is saying, School of Law, Ghana School of Law, Sami Jemfina was on record to say, he said, NDC forward denied admission. Me School of Law, no. Exams, and political college and some of their fan for. But that has been the nature of the NDC. If it doesn't go in their favor, judiciary need. Hey. And I remember example, no, from 201. Go into your archives, scan through your periodicals. You will see, say, they have constantly bastardized them. Especially the Supreme Court and the Appeal Court and the High Court. And yeah, easy. The deal matter left, right, center. And I'm ruling in their favor. None of them is praising the judiciary for ruling in their favor. He did, eh?
Yes.
I mean, come on, supporters, no? They are celebrating Edugina FN. They are celebrating him, so I had here, which is good. I had here, but give praise. Oh, and that's the trend of the NDC. And judiciary.
But they say you are a good case. But if you don't have
so that should tell you to say in the past where they were losing cases and they had a bad case.
Okay.
Instead they should have spoken the truth to their masses. But they who should know better now are the ones rather call around bastardizing the judiciary. Now those are the base and so no. Sorry, whom I can say yeah, enter asumo. When they went to Supreme Court in comparison in 2013, the judgment was 5-4, Anna, 5-4, and then Afarijan was brought into the witness box. Why in 2021 the judgment required 7-0, and Jean Mensa was not allowed to come to the witness box. Sebi, wait to assume PeeKay. And because of that, almost to a friend is saying, judicial almost to Supreme Court say unanimous FC. Good. Unanimous FC, led by John Mahama. Oh, but they forgot say in 2013, MPP as a party produced well over 12,000 pink sheets to make a case. The primary document of the election, and the pink sheet. Yeah. The producer say, this is our evidence. So Afarijan has no option than to go to the witness box to defend Onwane Juma. Whether when he was asked, pink sheets na Ukrano, original. He said, original. The crop for no juma we and I juma or yeah, no. And so you had no option to come and to speak to them. We argued law there, and 4 out of your friend is saying, 9 of the judges saw wisdom in what MPP presented and ruled in favor of them. Who called in 2021? Now PeeKay, who called now? Now who argue then? You be your star witness. Say our evidence contrary to what the EC has. Consider be only anything contrary to that. One for a single pink sheet I could make it case. Our Supreme Court say yes, you see me wa. You see me wa. To say MPP did no. What the okwa now can the track you see me. For evidence, bra. Now the 2 our pen drive so they call to show say we figures and the okwa ye put you to test. Go backtrack here. And now you want who said the sensible person, even the ordinary man on the street who him say, now we cut now here and say nyansa be any. So nobody will rule in your favor because you didn't show evidence by Kumpu. But who is you know the bastard? Is it judiciary till today? Yeah, oh, when your opportunity be a pine. Even question the AI called Supreme Court. I think there was a case question the refer aspect of it to the Supreme Court for interpretation. Question the I seen no. PeeKay, one thing and this if I can find Supreme Court about that ruling, you know. Then I am to my women.
I am fine, yes.
Aha. Right from, when I say, I'm giving reference right from the top. Then one come from the deal of my left right center. But when it went in their favor, they have been mute. The judiciary doesn't exist. It is their lawyers that did the human's job. And we winning. Is it hypocrisy? That is hypocrisy. They forgot, say, same law, no, was used against an MPP MP in 2012 and was jailed. When same is being tested on them, hey, judiciary, and they want to take somebody out of parliament, they want to do this, they want to do this. Yes, it is law. Go to court and argue your case, just like PeeKay said. It's not about emotion, it's about law. Go and put the facts before the court. This A, B, C, D. To say, you know, he would say, court has ruled, and to say petitioners, you know, will take it to the appellate court and follow it to the Supreme Court and test to the end, you know. As it stands now, the woman is free
to do her job. Jamara, now you have an MP who is free to do her job. As it stands
now, the woman is free.
Good morning, I'm Eben from Kwabenya. Why not throw in the towel for your own good? Referring to the Finance Minister, Ken Oforiatta. According to your own MPs, they will boycott the budget reading. So I think you better advise yourself to save your image. Retain Chairman of Osuampofo. Vote Alhaji Naziru for Deputy Communication Officer, Mandy Jibril for National Organizer, and Elvis Efriye Ankara for General Secretary. Baba, over to you, Jolate. Edim Kunyim. Everyone to take us sisters more. Yedim Kunyim, Yediko.
PeeKay.
And let me read this, then you come in. Yes, I think the world is in crisis, and most governments around the world are battling for their people. But for the government of Ghana, which Dr. Bawumia is the head of the economic management team, the solution is just to say the whole world is in economic crisis. Then they go back to sleep. NPP government, they are never again from our bloody if you credit. I say it's good to give hope, but a weed can never grow into a coconut tree. Hey, I don't understand this one. I think it's too late now for Dr. Bawumia and his government to quote the Bible to reassure Ghanaians of economic turnaround. No more options available for the MPP government. So they should start packing. Abladi Efik Mazongo, Tadi. I say, Bremen.
Okay, good news now about. This is Jomra. I got it. In your nanage now, because now, in once what issues up and down. And I'm in charge. This is here now. Would be Banevi for based on the evidence. whoever took the case to court now at the bay now. Then I should any drew them. So things went the way it should go. And I must say that the team or the party itself, did their very best. From what the lawyer said, I think from top to down, everybody was involved because it won't be that. It won't be that mafia system. Why are they?
How mafia system?
Oh,
I court and I realize mafia system.
This, I say, you have to do unanimous 11 or unanimous. You see, we just name the actions.
Now, on what is the difference between naming and 2D?
Our actions na dey bano. Our actions na bano.
When I work a fancy open, you know. We just name the actions.
Our actions na dey bano. Na man ko fu the actions na dey ba dey no.
So I tune it in.
We explain the actions. Our actions na
explanation.
Yeah, explain it because oh yeah, on there now I can say me na my phone so maybe Echo court, I don't say judges 9, judges 11, judges 7, judges 5.
But at them time in any case, in case until we accept it.
What kind of them are? I don't to accept him. I don't want to show one side of the issue.
I have a side.
I don't know the infant to
oh, I mean, what to make a marry? I accept that marry. Next time I will train her.
Oh no, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. But there are more issues to it. But which we were not permitted to. I mean, yeah, you know what transpired. So I don't need to revisit those issues. So I don't find intention. They be or prevent to be or more be no ban. Then you also whatever happened. So we'll keep it that like that and then move on. Say the good news is we have our MP still intact. Obe Juma seats ne de gudo ye bon ban. Sita in a annual until the best ya ko be another operations. So Juma you have every reason or every right to be happy. But it's not confirmed why na and this are making the team didn't sleep on the job all the way from Ghana to Cote d'Ivoire. The lawyers from Cote d'Ivoire who are involved in the case. We say kudos to them and we say kudos to the judges as well because these judges they were judges are okay, this judge this judge Obu match.
And that's some the whole.
TVK. This particular judge, the appointments maybe and can wounded that. Obu match. Obu match.
Man, Kobe, why you true? Man, Kobe, no, man, Kobe,
because there make a sample. The megacho the seminar casa. This government now make an answer. No.
I'm on minimum one. May I walk?
This who sit at him in Tina and to me can pity them miss and meet my can. Mean the way to pet to I fail, my fail.
But I cannot
make cancel any American. Just on the live television, turn up there and polishing your money. Tell me, I say, I understand.
Me, I catching you, me, I find you straight.
But I say, but all the same, Miss American. Now we have the MP back. Let's get back to work, and I mean, we make sure that you have a seat number because in Kofi, we try 2 courts now 1 year, you know. Definitely, I know that them break the 8 now, one CBB. So you should be very careful about it. And this issue of or try the but John Mahamadin. Akufo-Addo is on record. It's on record.
Mahama Yabade.
Akufo-Addo
is John Mahama.
I say John Mahama on insight and John Mahama so to judges needing on your platform there or lambast one or AD. But I want my brother to understand. It's just a member.
A member. He's not a presidential candidate.
Or a branch member. John Mahama is a branch member of the NDC. John Mahama currently is a branch member.
When you do phone you know
but PeeKay I say John Mahama is a branch member. Branch member now. John Mahama is a branch member of NDC.
Okay.
Until se bi kan me party member ho asem me comrade ho asem a oda ntimi hwe na me straight nyama aha nti am pedo until bia there dinner obo no I there or try there you hang the dog and give it a bad name at talk but on record Akufo-Addo accept election Ghana that on record on election we accept the result that I'm telling you
what election time
to even on just any poll even within the party
anya the party or GBA president I work as some I work as some one can year this is not the first or second time I stand for election or your GBA president
no result okay see that
oh yeah then
GBA election
regional winning
oh I accept Miss Uncle election will lose result. Why accept? The result here will be empowered. Hey, not 208 cry, 10 cry, or the whole time.
Nana national GBH president Ulusi or Tase.
Oh, that be
no, I away them.
I told your mama so say.
No, I will not come answer.
Oh, make a statement there. Remember, make an tias near. Make an entiasa, Nintas here. Share 208. I would share on a me call within general election. On a Alani war within war election secret. This Mr. Alan Otumika the election no enya the exact number here for you to become the flag bearer. But I don't intend to go in again with you. Shema Alan here compared to 208. If you not say the whole time. Or they cannot go win. Yet, on my aba.
Now, what is democracy? That means you don't believe in democracy.
No. And the Alans don't believe in democracy.
Why?
Alan Chemanchi also don't believe in democracy. Why? Because once upon a time, all for flag bearership, they got to a point. Nana Adudan Akufo-Addo. We need the exact figure here for you to become a flag bearer. Which calls for a rerun of election. But Alan Kojo Chairman no. Whether we in your own, I don't intend to go in for any.
Or you know.
Or you know. It's a mature there. The Oyo Ono Sunana Adudan Akufo-Addo. Oyo Ono. There is no election on the election there. Could everybody also get 12,000 pieces, but Dr. Mahmoud Baumia Jan Supreme Court, you and I were not there, but so Jan Supreme Court do different.
That's all. No. Wait, the master no call no get evidence. I will quite be quiet.
Oh,
wait, I was finally do pink sheet I there be maybe some.
You people were getting the issues now. So what the issues need to attend? What they to change?
No, which people?
Yeah, court. Yes, say. Yes, we declare. Results now we declare no. Results now they all declare no. Results now on see do. Italy bomo do 50 plus 1.
General. So you wait. General mosquito one man calculate no calculate you doing.
And I may say. So you come into the box. Yendi kwani
message general mosquito one man calculator.
Oh, that kunte I can unanimous decision I want to ask no. Unanimous
baby I can want to ask. Yeah, general, your man calculator. Ojina court. Let me read these messages. Mr. Host, we're from Papa Kofi. Please, I'd like to find out what informed the Cronies government decision to appoint a director at the Keta Port. When a serving manager at the Tema Port can have an oversight responsibility there. Is it that this government is just bent on creating offices for its cronies? Samson Labi. Tell the NDC man that their John Mahama would have sold Ghana if we were to be managing the country by now. You people now have found your voices because things are not going well for Nanado. Nate John, Pram Pram. PeeKay, things are really hard in this country. Can you believe that now condom is even hard to come by? No wonder pregnancies are increasing. Please greet Dr. Baumia for me. Dan Bruce, Taban. Chapman, I like it.
PeeKay, be that and I'm so surprised about some of the comments and analysis of my colleague Gabriel. I know say a deliberate thing, oh yeah, he knows, but he deliberately want to throw dust into the eyes of viewers. Ose Nanado has never accepted any election. I will lose. In 2008, Nanado lost with the tiniest of margins ever in Africa. First, let me correct something. Say time. Or say the time you know can Nanado humpo and MPP win 2-8. Nanado wouldn't have won, but he still called for the election. It's not true. Okay, the count no winning and Kafarajan will have declared for Atamas. Say near what time, you know, and so on. Let me tell you, at the end of the first, that second round elections, you know, now Professor Miss was leading with 23,000 votes. Time at the time had a voter population of over 40,000 votes. So what I say, it was the reason why the election could not be called for. A friend is saying, because Professor Mills, because the 40,000, you know, all things being equal, Omunina to Obama MPP. It means that 23,000, you know, will be offset, and there will be a difference of about 17,000 for MPP to win the election. So there was a need that election comes on.
So Nana lost Poto.
Or lost Poto how?
You see?
He lost.
Yes, but he accepted it.
He accepted it. And even went to the
Supreme Court.
No, 208. Investiture of Atamas at the Wednesday. Okobi. Atamas he graced the occasion.
Yes.
And how then do you say he has never accepted an election? I will lose that.
None for me. One for me. Can I?
Okoye. I'll give you a difference. 2013, I called Supreme Court. Immediately, the Supreme Court announced the results. No, less than 1 hour, Akufo-Addo held a press conference at his residence.
So he doesn't agree.
But he doesn't agree. They accept the results. Only a press conference, you know, of phone of President. My friend is saying, Mahama.
Elect His Excellency.
Excellency, and I congratulate you. Now finality has been brought to the case. If I congratulate you, you've won the elections.
But this time, every
what do I say? And on Nkasa, President Mahama Nkasa, in his statement to the press, I say, oh, my colleague has just called me. I'm congratulating me. He say, you know, you will be And how then do you say he has not accepted anything? Fast forward 2020. Mo, you didn't adduce one evidence at the court. Till today, President Mahama has never considered that election. 2012 election till today. Sorry, 2020 elections.
And that's all you know.
Who are we poto with a margin of over 500,000 who are already court? You couldn't adduce one evidence to buttress your case, you know. The finality till today. He's not been able to pick a phone to call the sitting president, say, like he did for you in 2013. And congratulate one year. But you sit here and bastardize him, say he has never accepted an election, and I will lose that. You see? But you don't know, say John Mahama is about the context of what we are saying now. He has proved his own Democrat.
Hey.
With the contest immediate towards his here, and he has proved his own Democrat. Because your colleague, you know, when he lost, he graciously called you to concede. What did I say? Graciously concede and catch us, say Supreme Court TV. The way he for presidency and no. But when attended, you know, to today, who can that day that even no day case no ever you hear no, the press conference won't say more kind. Who did and then compare it to what Akufo-Addo said in 2013.
One is a lawyer, one is a communication person.
Communication.
One is a lawyer, one is a communication.
He didn't have no lawyers now. Chachumuny now we're not there to write to guide him.
One is a lawyer. You see the way you talk.
Okay. I think so. I think so. You have a point there. One is a lawyer, one is a communication expert. It's a difference. So many who ni ma. Me so who ni what should that? and I warrior near warrior no. And I can say 20 me I would be 27 anyway. Yes, there was an election in Legon. Our constitution says 50 plus 1. Akufo-Addo at 47, Alan Chemento at 32. And on one, nobody forced him. He graciously says, your second round point is going to be waste of resources. In Grafona delegates are brand new. They are concede. I don't be the crunches in this one, two in this one concede. He conceded graciously.
Alan cash.
And the man, Nanadu, and you've been a force, you know. And you know, please, Unim, you are intentionally throwing dust into the eyes of the people for political capital. But yes, sounds one, and yet, because what should that say? Make us say, Uchantro. What should I say? You sidestep and sidestep the truth, you know.
Is that complicated?
We probably about narratives, you know. And then I say, what you say that next time you do the right thing.
Mother, bring my eyes on that soft.
PeeKay.
Papa.
My brother Kasapi. I made a statement. Statements I'm making. Miss Akufo-Addo.
Hey, boy.
Ono kwano wako election na olusu ye no. Anji antum say election me lusu election.
Election better.
It's time isn't
It's good. Opa on check the
na
want to tiny way. No want to tiny way. One opa on check time before I got time. The figure na NDC kita
23,000 difference.
I remember. And figure MPP kita.
And then you here. The difference in here. The difference was 23,000. And time population at the time was over 40,000. Voter population, you know, was over 40,000.
I understand you. More can I understand? And I'm giving whatever he's saying, assuming without admitting. More can I'm giving it to him. Nebi Sunday. Time ono kade ye ko time we kwa to aba. Me so kan there Alan Chemachi 207. Also I won't go to go and waste resource and blah blah blah, so I'm not going. And yet them not. I'm just quoting him. I'm not quoting Alan. I'm just quoting my brother. I'm not quoting Alan.
It was going to be waste of resources. Of course, second round now. Or not never say me ko yes have my delegates at na. Asa ko your campaign you say ye we no sir.
And Nana His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo going to time no him say time na me ko no because ko wini.
Papacho, time. Let me get the results. Jonathan Mills had 16,211.
Good.
Nanado had 14,935.
How many difference?
Is that the third round?
This is the second the decider no.
This is the results here.
No, that is
that's
the third round. But MPP didn't go into that election.
My Mills got what do you call it? 50.75%. Nanado got 46.7.
Is there 2-8 results?
2-8.
Yeah, that's the first round of the results.
That's the first round. That's the first round. And I'm telling you, say, into come for the second time for the time results on Okono. He knew it.
I knew that.
Gabriel, you are not being.
See. Let's speak to fact. Right now, me sitting here, now catch him say there is a seat. I find say by election at Menshia. Then I hit my chest. Then I'm going to take Menshia seat.
That time results when share different.
I hit my chest. Them go for Menshia seat.
You are getting there.
But do you know time seat?
And compare.
Time was a swing seat. Time
who was the MP that time? Who was handling that time seat that time?
The difference of 2,000 or
PeeKay, that's the difference of 2,000.
Let me patch the difference of 2,000.
Yeah, the 3 ADC too, PeeKay. And this issue of this 2013 year court now, I say, my first comment also then. I go for the first comment also then. The first comment in here me. In 2013, the first comment in here.
I don't agree with the judges, but I accept the results.
In that one side, and in that one side, and coming back 2020, also one can say Jomama. Why you say no you say this 2020 election petition here. I just want you to understand one thing there. It's not all about the number I had. Okay, now if it's about the number
If
it's about the number NDCR, the number MPPR, as the EC gazetted the 2020 election for us.
Oh, why not?
And results are by any idea.
Now,
Because up to now, I've not seen Gazette too.
Because you don't want to see it.
Oh, I've not seen the Gazette, so let me see.
Help me. Want to see.
Help me
if
with
you
the
want
Gazette.
To see it, you know where you find it.
PeeKay, or you can help me with the Gazette. You can help me with the Gazette. I'm here. I want to have the Gazette. I'm here.
It's not the work of PeeKay or the Bema. You know where you find it. Find it.
Oh, Chapman, you're not helping me. You're not helping the show either. I have not seen it. And you are saying you have seen the Gazette. So I want...
Since you've not seen it, the same Gazette results has declared Akufo-Addo as the winner. That's why he's president. Finish.
Oh, no.
So if you have deliberately close your eyes and ears to
it's not the same Gazette too. It's the same ECU man or the electoral commissioner who won on 4 times. And then one on your 2.
That's why you had the opportunity to go to court and redeem your image.
How can
Oh, Minyado,
Farmer Chapman,
my Chapman and Bob. Now, me good or reading.
Gazetted the 2020 general election result at the Assembly Press in Accra. This was done on December 10, 2020, 3 days after the election.
Oh, it's not true.
A day after the declaration by the returning officer of the presidential election and chairperson of the electoral commission. You see, what was it?
It's not true. It's never true. It's never true. 3 days. Oh no, it's never. It's never true. It's never true. Because this 3 days Gazette issue, I heard of this thing, and even this the other one, if you say, Bossman spoke to this same Gazette in that 3 days Gazette. This same Gazette I'm only paid by.
The fact of the matter is, the results have been gazetted on December 10.
Oh no, we are not talking about
NDC. Worry. Hey, you was the EC Gazette 2020 parliamentary election, Gazette 2020 presidential election. Full stop. That's one Gazette.
You people, you say last speaker, one of your contestants for general secretary, former MP, you know.
50 quality, yeah.
Or no one can I say the colleagues or contested against them. You know, one was director of elections, one was deputy general secretary, and even common everyone is saying coalition of resources.
Hey, election.
It's not
common coalition. They couldn't do it. That is how they were in a mess in 2 elections, 2016, 2020. Until it should be voted for, and you make sure say. The right thing is done. Inside of Kokachre we say,
no.
You merge yourself.
We don't dispute it. We don't dispute it.
So
even within us, we don't dispute it. Say there was 1 or 2 wrong somewhere. We don't dispute that. Right. We accept it.
I like to say thank you to Papa. Papa has been very vocal. On the Chapman. It's been a nice time. Walk it reminds me of a some man I was all quite lady be now and you be you know so lady are nice. Okonya you go fine also on the other one a lady for pillow now. Or the 250. The man wanted to cross but he couldn't. The lady didn't so expecting the man to pull over. When pull over and Tiana was so I know Okoja. It was all Conan from a ball lady in the head, Diana. The man climbed the wall. Okuya, that's my friend, stop. Come on, pillow, you know, if he climb. Now we'll go if he climb. My name is PeeKay. God willing, tomorrow. Tomorrow we have a date with ODK. EC says they have withdrawn the licenses of some particular political parties. Which one is yours? Ecuador party no Kawana. Tomorrow we'll find out. My name is PeeKay. God willing, we'll do it bigger and better tomorrow.